Hey guys, it's Katya. If you've been following me for a while, you probably have seen my bullying story times. I made 4 videos where I talk about how this girl used to harass me every year of high school. She hasn't stopped. So I guess this is part 5, college edition. So where we left off in part 4, let's see, it was senior year of high school. She had just told everyone that I'm pregnant, which was not true. And I haven't seen her since that year, but doesn't mean I haven't heard from her. In the following summer, she would just reach out to all my friends and try to get them to stop being friends with me. And some of them it worked, some of them it didn't. She would constantly reach out to my boyfriend to get him to be in love with her instead, which wasn't that hard because my boyfriend was a little bitch. But when I finally went to college, I was like, I'm free. I am on the other side of the country as her. It can't still happen, right? Quarantine hit and then an app called TikTok was invented. The app where it's funny to bully people for no reason. When it started, it was just little dances, but it was also like random ass people would call each other out. Naturally, I was like, I am not interested in this. A good way into quarantine, I would say like near the end, I was so bored and I wasn't posting a lot of YouTube videos because I wasn't doing anything. So I decided to just get TikTok to see if I would be interested. I used it mostly to look at the dances, but I thought I would put my own spin on it and tell the stories that I tell on my channel over me doing a dance because I'm not a dancer, so I wanted to make it funny somehow. Most of the stories I told were about this girl that harassed me while doing the little dances. They got pretty big. They would pass like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, and everyone would ask me like, well, what happened? Like, tell us more stories. So I kept making stories, but eventually I got bored of that too. It wasn't really fun. I found YouTube way more fun because I could tell longer stories and I could actually talk rather than just like putting up a text for everyone. A year goes by and my school is still basically closed because of COVID. Everything is online. There's no indoor classes. So I decided to stay here in California for my junior year of college. I was taking Zoom classes and then I was working part-time jobs to pay for this apartment that I moved in with my best friend from high school, which was also one of the people this girl tried to convince to stop being friends with me. So I was trying to keep it a secret because I knew if she found out, she would probably like try to, I don't know, kill us. My roommate was so paranoid that she got a Ring doorbell just in case she showed up at our house. We literally had her name put in the restricted section of our gate because that's how much she was stalking me. But one day it was Halloween, so it's like a couple months since we moved in, like 3 months maybe. And I decorated the whole apartment for Halloween. So I just did like a little pan showing all the lights, and I forgot that my roommate was sitting on the couch and I posted it to my story. And with one of her burner accounts, or one of her friends that stalked me that I blocked, so from another account, she saw and she knew who I was living with. Now, to preface, since sophomore year of high school in 2016, this story's in 2021. I'm talking about 2016. I blocked her on literally every platform you could imagine. And when I downloaded TikTok in 2020, I found her. The first thing I did was found her and blocked her too, because I didn't want her popping up on my page if she did. And second of all, I don't want her seeing where I am because she's a stalker. When I looked her up to block her, I saw that she had like a little following. And I was like, oh God, this is why I hate TikTok, because you make horrible people have followers. Anyways, so the day after I posted that video in my apartment where I revealed who I was living with, literally 24 hours later, I'm at work. I have an AirPod in and I hear 27 times, and I'm like, bro, what is this sound? It's not my text alert, like it's not my emails, like what is it? And I realize it's my TikTok notifications. So I grab my phone and I'm scrolling through and I realize that this psycho has made another account, like a whole new TikTok account, and has tagged me in 27 videos in one day. Let me back up for you. I have blocked her on everything. So the only way she could look at what I'm doing and tag me is by making an entirely new TikTok account that I hadn't blocked yet because it didn't exist 24 hours ago. And I'm at work and I'm like, I literally haven't heard from this person in 3 years directly. Like, it's always indirectly through her friends or like her telling my friend something, right? So I'm like, what did she post? And I look at it one by one. I literally don't even remember what it said, but it said something along the lines of like, I had to make a whole new account to get this girl to stop bullying me. And then she makes a video revealing herself as the bully from my stories, where I never said her name once and no one knew who it was. So she basically outed herself when I was doing the courtesy of not naming her so people wouldn't go attack her. And in every bio description of the video, she lists my full name, she gives all my social media handles and telling people to attack me. And so then she goes one by one and duets all my videos. I've never laughed. Well, I'm like at work laughing. In one video, I tell the story of when I won prom queen and she ran out scream crying. And she duets the video saying, I was in the bathroom when you were announced, so I didn't even hear it. And by the way, you had sex in the bushes that night. First of all, you know how I spent my prom night? My ex got so high for the first time, I had to hold his hair back while he threw up all night, and then we went to bed. This is a great prom night. Your story is way better than mine, trust me. The next story I told is like one where she told the whole school that if she eats bread, she'll get cancer, which is a true story. And then she duets that saying, no, you told the whole school that I had cancer so they would hate me. If I wanted people not to like you, why would I tell them you had cancer? Don't talk to her, she has cancer. What? I would just literally say a true fact about you. And all the videos were like that. Like every single thing she would do at it, and she would say the most outrageous thing. Like the story of her telling everyone I'm pregnant on Instagram. She got suspended for that. And she duetted it saying, yeah, I did post on Instagram, but you told the whole school you were pregnant to gain sympathy. Why would I take it to the head of school if I wanted people to think I was pregnant? And then in some of the videos, she's telling people where I work, and the people are commenting like, oh, I might just show up where she works and like fight her or kill her. And I'm like, you're doxing me? So I'm like, okay, let me just comment, I guess, on everyone I comment like a response. She deletes all my explanations. She leaves the ones that like the secondary comments so it doesn't make sense. And then people come to my TikTok and start commenting mean things. So I just like delete their comments. And she's like, do you see? She's lying because she deletes comments. Like, you literally deleted the comments of me proving that I'm right. And then my favorite video of all time, after she does all this, she makes another video and says, I'm suing you for defamation, where I didn't even say her name, she outed herself, and I'm getting a lawyer to get a restraining order on you, when I haven't seen her in 4 years and I try everything to keep her away from me, as in block all of her accounts. Call my lawyer here. So I'm like, fuck, okay. I called the lawyer. I say your name and they're like, wait, who's that? So I make a TikTok and I'm like, well, I called your lawyer. They don't know who you are. So when I make that video, people are coming to my page and they're like, yeah, what she's saying doesn't make sense, she's a liar, whatever, whatever. But I also have people DMing me on Instagram, like attacking me. Then I explain what actually happened and they're like, oh yeah, oh my bad, I didn't get your side. And I'm like, after people start turning on her, like in her comments now, it's like, this doesn't make sense, but didn't you just say this? Like she's contradicting herself, which is how she got caught in high school. She starts to go full attack mode. She called all the 9-year-olds that follow her on TikTok and comment. And she's like, this is her school, this is her Instagram, these are all the clubs she's in. Go get her kicked out of all of them. So people start emailing my literal college university and the clubs I'm in, my sorority, the club I'm a president in. You're emailing me, dumb bitch. I'm friends with all these people obviously because like I'm a nice person. I actually have friends rather than your one friend you have that tried to be my friend after following me on Instagram and saying that you're crazy anyways. And they're like, who is this girl? And I'm like, oh, she said I'm bullying her. And the people would laugh hysterically because they know me. Like one by one, I meet with my sorority and I tell them, and they're like, oh, she's a crazy bitch. And I'm like, yeah. And then I meet with my musical theater club and they're like, oh, she's a crazy bitch. And I'm like, yeah. Everything was over in like a week. And I think she was aiming for my birthday because this all happened a week before my birthday. So I get a lawyer and I'm like, is there any way to like file a restraining order on her? And this guy, he's a lawyer, he's sexist. He's like, is it really necessary to ruin her life over high school drama? And I'm like, okay, first of all, we're 3 years out of high school and she's still harassing me. Like, but eventually he convinces me. He's like, you don't want to be the girl that whatever, like ruins her life. And I'm like, I kind of do, but whatever. So my lawyer just emails her a cease and desist or I will be filing a restraining order. And I download all the papers and I start to fill them out just in case she doesn't shut up. This random guy emails me back. I think he's a lawyer, but I think he's just a family friend, and was like, this girl's requesting that Katya deletes her entire YouTube channel, even if the videos don't have anything to do about her, and then she will take down the TikToks. And I was like, so that's what that's about. You're jealous that I have a following on YouTube. Cool. And this was apparent because in her video she was like, your ex-boyfriend told me that you bought all your followers. And I was like, that's really funny because we were broken up when I got all the followers. And the person commenting, one of your friends commenting on the TikTok video, has a video of me hitting 1,000 followers in this bed right here. But like, believe what you have to believe to not kill yourself. Anyways, my lawyer basically replies and is like, no, take down your TikToks because you actually said her name, where she works, and doxed her. That's defamation, you fucking idiot. So she does. She takes down all her TikToks, and I was like, can she post a statement to say that she was lying? And he was like, well, the way it works is like, if she posts a statement, you have to post a statement too. And I was like, bro. We post like a BS statement that's like, we are settling our differences offline, meaning I'm threatening her with a restraining order if she ever says my name again, which is still true to this day, bitch. If you're watching, I have the papers. And my lawyer was like, well, now that she's outed herself as the girl your videos are about, you might want to take them down because now it can be defamation. I was like, even if she outed her own name? And he's like, yeah. So I privated them for like a week. Miraculously, her mouth has been shut since. So I guess all I had to do was threaten her with an actual restraining order. But I did hear my friend ran into her at a bar and said that she's telling everyone she has a restraining order on me. That's the time I got canceled on TikTok. But no, if you're wondering, the next week on my birthday, she did not ruin it because I have actual friends that can fill up a dinner table. Anyway, if you want to hear more stories, follow. My life is interesting. Bye!